It was the end of the day, and I was waiting for my bus with one of my friends when she began asking me random questions. All of a sudden, though, she asked, "Hey, have you heard of the LGBT plus community?" Yes, I had. Is this the last question? No, but almost. Do you support gay and lesbians, like the people who are in the LGBT community? Do I give her my honest opinion? Or should I lie? Maybe I should just tell her what I think will make her happy. But what if it's not the right answer she wants to hear? I mean, she's my friend. I'm sure it will be fine. After a quick pause, I gave her my reply. No. She tried to hide it, but I saw the shock on her face. She smiled awkwardly and said, "Oh, okay." I had no idea what that meant and thought of it as nothing more than an awkward and random conversation. We said bye to one another as she walked her way home, and I hopped on my bus. Before I went to bed, my mind kept replaying my friend's question and why she acted so awkwardly to my answer. Why did she look like she was hiding something? Or what if she doesn't want to be my friend anymore? Am I a bad person for not supporting the LGBT plus community? The biggest thing I couldn't get off my mind was her awkward smile hiding her true emotions from me. I thought about it the entire night until I fell asleep hoping it was just a harmless question and she'd forget about it tomorrow. I walked through the hallway saying hello to my classmates and friends, and every time I did, they brushed me off or give me a dirty look. I even had a few people ignore me and whisper something to someone else right in front of me and then walk away. Did I do something wrong? Why are people giving me these mean looks? Finally, I saw my friend who asked me the question the other day and nervously said, "Hi." She automatically replied, "Get away from me!" I backed up in shock. We were fine the other day. At least, I thought we were fine. What? What did I do? At this point, everyone had their eyes on us waiting to see what would happen. "How dare you not support gays or lesbians?" What? Why did you tell everyone? I thought you were my friend. How can I be friends with someone who doesn't support what I or all of us do? You're a monster and unaccepting of other people's preferences. You just don't fit in with the rest of us anymore. At this point, everyone gave me a dirty look and agreed with her. It was like I had committed some kind of sin and didn't deserve to be around everyone else. In an instant, I was the worst person in the entire school. The only thing I could do was run into the bathroom. I cried so hard, so much, and so loud, someone in the other stall heard me and told me to shut up. I felt so ashamed of myself for not supporting or accepting the LGBT plus community. I hated myself for not lying and saying I did support them. I wanted to go home so badly, but there was no way I could. The rest of the day was just as bad, if not worse. People mocked me and called me homophobe, which wasn't true at all. I tried to tell them that it was my personal preference to not support it, but it didn't mean I hated people who are gay or lesbian. I had never felt so alone, so I decided I had to tell my parents what was happening to me at school. But would they yell at me for having these opinions? Or worse still, they might hate me. I entered my kitchen to see both of my parents sitting there. Even though I tried to find the words to tell them I needed to talk, all I could find were tears. Both of them quickly stood up and came to the door where I was standing to comfort me. My mom asked me what was wrong, and I began to explain. I told them the question my friend asked the day before, and then my answer. That I just didn't agree with the LGBT plus community. To my delight, my mom and dad, they reassured me that it was okay to have different opinions to other people about things like sexuality, religion, and politics, just as long as you are not rude or disrespectful towards them. Unfortunately, the kids at my school didn't see it that way. My old friends would either turn their backs on me to ignore me, or worse, mutter mean words under their breaths as they passed me in the hallways. Their words would cut through me to my core. I would come home every day, head straight for my room, and cry. My parents would ask, "Darling, what's wrong?" But I couldn't bring myself to tell them how bad things had become. Over the next few months, my school life was miserable. No one was interested in hearing my opinion or reasons. All they cared about was their own. Things had become so bad at school that my grades started to slip. I just couldn't concentrate, and no one wanted to work with me or help me in class. Eventually, the school's head had noticed something wasn't right and called my parents in for a meeting. I was nervous, scared even, that my parents would be mad at me for letting this affect my grades. But after seeing how bad things had become and how unhappy I was, they both agreed that the best thing for me would be to move schools and have a fresh start. A year has passed since I moved schools, and I've made great new friends, all with different views and opinions. I still have the same views, but I've realized that there are better ways to express them. I look back on that day my friend asked me my opinion, and maybe if I hadn't been so short in my answer and turned it into a discussion about our different opinions, things could have been different. The way my new friends accept different opinions by discussing them rather than turning them into a witch hunt and isolating the person with a different opinion has made me feel so at home. I have learned that people will always have different opinions in life, but that is fine. Just because a friend doesn't agree with you doesn't mean you can't be friends. You should be open with each other and discuss your differences. The world doesn't need to be any more divided than it already is. And if it turns out you still don't get along with someone after hearing their opinion, you can still be respectful. Saying mean things to them is bullying, and even though they might look fine on the outside, inside they could be really hurting.